We're on your side tonight with some advice from a local counselor about how to talk to your kids about violence in schools. Recently, there have been reports of guns and other weapons in Midlands schools, several schools across the country. So chances are, if you're a parent, every time you hear about one of these incidents, you immediately start to feel some type of anxiety or stress over how you're going to talk to your child about being safe in school. Not just for your child's safety, but at the moment, we're also searching for answers for your children and how they can talk through these situations. So, Dr. Carrie Caudill is a licensed professional counselor and a professor at Newberry College. Here's her advice on how to talk to your kids.
First of all, calm yourself first, because I think parents can get really anxious about this too. And so, the quickest way to calm our arousal system is the deep breathing, just like we learned as kids. And I recommend like a slow inhale of 7, hold for 3, and then a slow exhale of 7. And do it a couple times for yourself. And if your child is getting in the car and you're picking them up, or they're coming and they're like, I don't want to go to school, and they're already anxious, walk them through some deep breaths with you before you start to actually talk. And then when I would talk, if it was a younger child, I would be assuring them of, I'm going to do everything, and your teachers are going to do everything we can to keep you safe. If you ever hear of anything, you can talk to me, you can talk to your teacher, you can talk to school counselor, your school resource officer. Like, that's important conversation. It's okay to feel anxious. And what do we do when we feel anxious? We try to calm ourselves and remind ourselves that in this moment, we are safe. So I would validate the emotion, but for a younger child, I would try to give some clues that they can look at in their environment that they're safe. For an older child, I would be more curious. I would still validate the emotion. It is really okay to be anxious. There is a lot that we're hearing about that is really scary. But I want to help grow them in the resources to calm themselves, like developing that resiliency. So what have you noticed helps you when you're feeling really anxious about what's happening in school? Well, it helps me to listen to a certain kind of music. Awesome. Like, I love that. Let's listen to, we can listen to music together. Helps me to talk to you about it. And just remember that, even though things are scary, like, God is with me, and I can trust in him, and, help listen to what they're already doing. And then maybe you add what you do when you feel anxious. Like, when I feel anxious, it really helps me to actually go for a walk and just really get reconnected to nature. So give them tools for coping, because anxiety doesn't disappear in our world. As much as we would like the bad things to stop happening, that's very unlikely, but you want to give them the tools to feel the feeling and then to emotionally regulate so it doesn't become overwhelming where they're avoiding activities or they're avoiding going to school.
Dr. Caudill says that it is very important for parents to seek advice if they realize that their children are starting to have panic attacks or nightmares.